So get to know yourself, and using that process again and again will open your intuition up. It will. Using it for other people, I'm not so sure that's the route I would take with it, because there's all sorts of checks and balances and things you want to do to keep yourself safe, always, to keep yourself in alignment, and to make sure that you're giving out good information. As a psychic, that is a daunting thing, is to have other people relying so deeply on you that they're making life choices. And so that's why I have a whole process that I use to get me out of the way, so that I know full well there's no chance that it has anything to do with my consciousness answering these questions. I won't do it that way. To me, that's not right. Oh, welcome to Limitless. This podcast is something that has been on my heart to do for a really long time, and it's to be able to share perspective of what we all have inside. I have worked with so many, many amazing, amazing souls, and I want to get everybody's stories out there, and to share how we've all found those limitless parts of ourselves, and share some of the limiting things as well, so that we can shine the light on for other people to be able to get there easier. And I thought it would be okay and a little vulnerable here to kind of flip the switch here and talk about what it is like and what it has been like for me being a psychic, a professional psychic, and a mentor, and a spiritual person who has studied every religion that I could put my hands on and have for years. Um, yeah, so I'm going to just talk a little bit about it. And then as we go, I know full well that I am going to be sharing an activation. And when I do an activation, truly those are ones that I just allow in, and I allow it to activate your energy. And I know Rob can attest to this, that when they come in like that, they're usually pretty powerful. And those people that are meant to have that energy shift, it happens. See, we are all living in a time right now. Our world has shifted, and it is continuing to shift so enormously that when we have these beautiful chunks of info and downloads and things coming in, I want to share them, because it's making that process so much easier for everyone. It really is. Our world needs us. And it has nothing to do with ego. It has nothing to do with end of times and all the stuff people can come up with. It has to do with the fact that we are shifting and we are changing, and we can make that an easier process if we work with it a little bit. And one of the beautiful things that I have been given is the gift of being psychic. I can see, hear, and sense things that a lot of people don't and can't. I've had it since the day I was born. I've always seen, heard, and done other things. I'm also Rh negative, which is a blood type, and there's a bit to that is a little bit wooey, but it's also very scientific. It's one of the smallest proportions on the planet of the people, and there's some strange things that go on. Correct, Rob? Me and computers and anything electronic just go haywire. One of the earliest things that I can remember happening for me, my dad, way back in the late 60s, early 70s, it would have been, had brought home a watch. It was a metal square watch, silver. And he put it on my wrist, and it immediately exploded, and I had a bruise. And I knew from that point forward, I can't wear a watch. I cannot do it. They die on me. I have one that I wear on the daily when I'm doing my work that my son has made for me. It's an antique watch, and it stops every time when I put it on. It'll stop, and I have to reset it. There's all sorts of weird things that go on with it. Yeah, it's something else. I also have to be very careful because I can't take blood and all the things. So there's something different about my DNA, and that's okay. But it's also given me a perspective of knowing full well that our world is so much more interconnected with more than what we see and feel here. Does that make sense, Rob? There's so much more than what you see in our 3D, 5D, whatever you want to call it, world, this physicality. And seeing things in that way has given me the ability to connect with people on a level that most people I don't think do. I think we're all capable of it, but I think it just came natural to me. And so I'm able to utilize it much more often. But when I sit and I talk, and it's like with Rob, if I'm going to just sit and use you as a guinea pig here, what I see and what I sense around you is not the physicality. That all blends away, and I get out of the way. My personality kind of shifts over, and I'm able to connect with your, what I call your higher self, that part of you that is connected to God, Goddess, all that is, to the Creator. And I am given sensations, visuals, sounds. It's different for just about everybody, but it comes in, and a lot of times it doesn't make sense until I speak it. And then the person that I'm talking to totally gets it. They're like, oh, that makes total sense. Yes. Well, I was raised as a Jehovah Witness, and from the time I was, I don't know, 6 or 7, and was considered as evil could be, because everything is demonic in those terms, which I think was a blessing in disguise, because it gave me the impetus to say, no, there's nothing evil about me. I connect with angels and I see things that those people never could. So I know better. I knew better in my heart. And I think that helped me greatly. What I would like to do, though, is to be able to help more people. I've had a lot of clients, and I've used my gifts to help when they come in and they're sitting there and they see that corner or the blank wall, and they want to know what's next. What can they do next to get out of the way and help with business? Because my heart lies with entrepreneurs. We've been entrepreneurs for a very long time, and that's where I really love to focus. So I'm able to see it, sense it, hear it, answer the questions, and be able to get them out of their own way, back on target, making money, doing things in the relationships, because it always ends up being personal as well as business. But I want to have other people have more of an impact of their own with their own intuition, maybe not using it for other people. That's not everybody's cup of tea, but being able to use it for themselves. And I have full disclosure here, as a psychic for myself, no, I am no different. I'll question myself and question this and question that, and it just goes on, and then I just never listen to the answers. I'm sure there's a way I can be, but I have not focused on it or found it. I have other people that I rely on for that, and I let it be okay. With other people, I would say I have what, maybe a 98% accuracy. When it comes in, I don't speak it unless I hear it, sense it, and proof it's right there. I hear and sense those that have crossed over. I see different realms and aspects that are around. I'm also able to see in I call it quantum only because that's the best way I can understand it. But everything is so intertwined. And when I'm talking with somebody, I see probabilities. It's like if they're going to make this choice in their business, as I see it, it starts to shift. And I can tell it just kind of goes, zzz, I know this is the right choice for them. Do I know how or why? Not so much until we speak, and then I can kind of draw it out in them. But so being able to, and every one of them, and that's where I had started this, every one of my clients has asked me, how do I do more of this for myself? And that's something that I would absolutely love to be able to do. Rob, I've helped you greatly with your own intuition. Actually, being psychic, that takes a choice, or you're born with it. I think everybody has the availability, but it's a choice. It's like you could be an athlete. Do you want to spend all the time training, or some people are just born that way? So that being said, being able to hear your own intuition is just, it's juicy and it's wonderful. So I think, and I just, and when I look off like that, I'm hearing, I'm sensing, I get out of the way and I let that come in. And what I'm hearing and sensing right now is it's time for activation. So if you are in a car, if you are doing anything that is not safe for you, please put this on pause, come back to it when you are in a safe place. But we're going to do an activation. This is not just a meditation, it's an on the fly thing. I call in my team, my helpers, and they give me the words to say. They let me know the visuals. I usually just describe what I'm visually seeing and sensing. So with that being said, and this is going to turn your intuition on, I'm being told this is going to help open it up and create vision. That is another thing that I know Rob and I had discussed before we come on, And I would think that it has to do with it is the visioning, being able to vision for yourself forward. We have held our vision retreats and love them, being able to help people really connect. So let's do this. Wherever you're at, please make sure you're safe. Put it on pause, come back to it, get into a quiet and safe place. It won't take very long. These go quickly. Take a nice deep breath. Let it out. Another one in and out. And when you're breathing like that, if you will allow the breath to come where you can sense it, you can hear it. Every sense that you use is better. So use more of them. In fact, when we're doing our meditations, I always have people do the handwriting. You write with your hands, you can feel. You want to get all of the sensations. So take some deep breaths. And I'm going to count down from 7 to 1. The number 1, you're going to find yourself on a beautifully well lit, dim path. It's dim outside, but the path is well lit. 7. That's it. Another deep breath. 6. 5. Beautiful. 4. Another deep one. 3. 2. Let the day go. That's all right. Let it go. And 1. Just stand for a moment. Feel yourself, sense yourself on a path. Let it be brick or just dirt. It could be the sidewalk. It could be in your own home. Let the path be there. Whatever it is for you, let it be what it is. Beautiful, beautiful. Now imagine this nice light is just barely illuminating everything around you. That's it. Beautiful energy. Now I want you to take some steps forward on this path. And it seems a little bit daunting, but I want you to have faith and trust in yourself and your team. And as you walk, you're going to realize that you're going uphill. It's getting steeper and steeper. You're walking. Keep going. Keep going. Let it just happen so that as you get to the very top of this beautifully steep cliff, you can look out and see an expanse in front of you. This expanse is well lit. You can see the world in front of you. It may be a city, it might be something in nature. It's a beautiful, well lit, beautiful vista. And you're standing right on the edge of a cliff. You're safe. Nothing is going to harm you. But what I want you to do here is to open your senses, open your mind, open your heart, open every chakra you can think of. Let it be what it is. Open. And I want you to speak. Just speak something that's been on your heart that you're working on, whether it's maybe a landing page for your business or some kind of a program that you're making or something that you're working on in your personal life. Let it be what it is. But I want you to speak it. You have questions about this. Where's my next step? I need to understand, hear, sense, and feel. Is this the right person to call? Should I make this phone call today? Should I send this email out? Those kinds of questions. Think of something that has been on your heart. That's it. Just think about it. And now what I want you to do is to speak it. Speak it out loud, out into that void, out into the beautiful vista that you see. Speak it. Just speak it. What is your question? Should I send this email? Is this the right wording for this? Is this the right person for me? Let it be. Speak it loud. Once it's out, I want you to stop and turn around. Turn your back around to this so your back is towards the cliff. And I want you to be quiet, extremely quiet. And I want you to notice what you're feeling in your gut center, in that center being, that part of you. Does it feel restrictive? Does it feel expansive? Does it feel butterflies? Take a look at how you are sensing in your physical body within this meditative state. Now, you may already have gotten the answer, and that's beautiful. If you have questions, we'll deal with it here in a minute. But I want you to go ahead and say thank you, always with gratitude, that those parts of you that have given you the answers, we say thank you. Whether we've heard them or not, it's okay. Now come on back down. off of that cliff, back onto the path. Again, it's dimly lit. Walk back. There you go. And I'm going to count you up. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. Eyes open, wide awake. Back in your room. Feel yourself here. And take a breath. That process, the symbology that's in there, the working that you're doing will open you up and you will start getting sensations. You'll know that if it's a no, my stomach tightens up, or it's a yes, it's very expansive. That butterfly feeling that will come in. So you don't have to hear it. You don't have to see it. Some people will. Honestly, there are a lot of people who can see and sense, but there are also a lot of people who do not, and they focus on their body. And I know, Rob, you're like this as well. You have sensations you feel, and you know that when I feel this, it's this. When I feel this, it's this. So get to know yourself, and using that process again and again will open your intuition up. It will. Using it for other people, I'm not so sure that's the route I would take with it, because there's all sorts of checks and balances and things you want to do to keep yourself safe, always, to keep yourself in alignment, and to make sure that you're giving out good information. As a psychic, that is a daunting thing, is to have other people relying so deeply on you that they're making life choices. And so that's why I have a whole process that I use to get me out of the way, so that I know full well there's no chance that it has anything to do with my consciousness answering these questions. I won't do it that way. To me, that's not right. So we're going to wrap this up. I appreciate you all for just listening. If you have questions, please reach out to me. Find me on Facebook, TikTok, wherever. Questions, just send the questions. I'm happy to answer. Come visit us at Limitless. I'm just so excited. Our new membership. Come on in. I'll be doing activations and all kinds of things for you often. If you'd like to have a reading, I have that out on LeeAnnRomine.com. Pop it in and I'll give you a reading. I think it's a treat. I don't do them very often anymore, just simply because of time. I'm running a business and I don't have a lot of time to do one-on-ones, but I'm there for people. So I will mentor you. Come talk to me. Yeah, we'll work you through and get you to the point of. I mean, I don't think I've had one client yet that hasn't turned that on somehow, some way. It just happens. It's a part of the process, because for me, the work that I do, that's the biggest part. Is I want my people to have the ability to sense and feel for themselves. It's not all about me. I don't want people relying on me all the time for that. I want them to know. I'm happy to do it for them, but I want to give them tools. So super important to me. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope the activation did well for everybody. Please reuse it if you want to. Just, take the snippet of it, do the activation, and get to where you can just do it for yourself. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So we will see you on the next one. Thank you.